We're live, it says. Can I believe it? We'll see. All right. Oh, that wasn't good. All right. Hopefully, if you're there, Leo, you can hear me. Hopefully. I think so. All right. Hello, Leo. Welcome. I forgot to do this one thing. 1 second. Because otherwise, I won't be able to see chat unless I do this one thing. Because some reason this laptop is very not good when it comes to doing this stuff. For some reason, if I don't do this, I can't see chat. So give me a second here. And hello to all you Leos that are here live or watching in the repeat. Happy birthday to you all. I hope you guys are having an amazing birthday season. If today's your day, awesome. If it was yesterday, awesome. If it was at the first day of Leo season, that's great too. Welcome to EmpathicFire. I'm your reader, Jay. This is going to be a live birthday reading or live seasonal reading for all Leos out there who may or may not have a question. So let's just get into it. Anything you want to know about me is in the description box. Instagram, how to get a personal reading, etc. Let's get started with a general overview for the collective of Leos, and then we'll see if anybody in the chat, if you're there in the chat, say hi. If you have a question, put it on out there. All right? What are we going to do for Leo's general overview, please? Like several are like, me, pick me. Yeah, okay. We're going to do Mystic Mondays for the overview. And again, Leos, or anyone who's watching, I hope you're having an amazing day, amazing birthday, amazing summer, amazing 2020, considering, if it's possible to have an amazing 2020, I would love to know who's having that life, I'm assuming there's some people in the world who are just like still having a great time, no matter where they are, no matter what they're going through. So good for them. And if it's you, Leo, or anyone you know, that is also amazing, okay? All right, general overview for Leo at this time. General messages for the Leo collective at this time. If you're a Leo, again, if you have a question and you're here live in the chat, go ahead and type it out for me, and I will answer you as soon as I can. If you're watching on the repeat or you're here live, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do all that fun stuff. And let's see what's shaking, okay? Feels good. Thank you. Let's get 3 for this. General overview for Leo. 1 flipped. Magician. 2 more for Leo, please. Messages for the general collective. The Devil, all right. And the 10 of Wands. Absolutely done with the bull. Yeah? Pardon me. All right, Leo. So you had these 3 cards come out. So you got the Magician, Devil, and the 10 of Wands. Altogether, Leo, I feel like you're wanting to just get on with the show, get on with your life, get on with your business. Some of you might have a little bit of trouble getting out of situations, getting away from people, getting away from certain setbacks or mindsets or troubles, anything that's a barrier to you, because the Devil is about temptation. The Devil is about patterns or things that are comfortable to us that are also sometimes hindrances to us. So that we might clarify that a little bit. But the desire to let go, the desire to move on, the desire to create something new is really solidified for me with the Magician and the 10 of Wands. So it feels like, and it could go vice versa. It's still, a general collective reading at this point. So for you guys, you are in this position of creation, working with the universe, working with your guides, working with anybody or anything that is suitable to your needs. If you need, more money, if you need a new job, if you need this, that, or the other, you're out there putting in the work, dropping resumes here and there, getting your references in line, and really trying to, I really feel a lot of you are like in this manifestation energy. If you're unfamiliar with that, or you have no idea what I'm talking about, might be something for you to Google. but it feels like Leo, something about your energy is very like buoyant. Buoyant? What the hell? Why am I saying buoyant? Like it's like you're elevating or you're trying to keep yourself afloat in some type of way, but it's not a desperate keep yourself afloat for the most part. It doesn't feel desperate. It feels like controlled, or it feels very precise. Yeah. And I think what you're trying to control, or what you're trying to, because you see this woman in the card, she's manipulating energy, or she's manipulating something between her hands, right? So it feels like you're really trying to shape the situation to your benefit, shape your circumstances, shape the factors or resources that you have, and really mold something out of nothing almost. That's good. But like I said, that devil in the center here is kind of a hindrance to your progression in some type of way. This is a hindrance. Could be a person, magician, secondary major for Gemini and Virgo, could be dealing with either of those signs. Devil, major arcana for Capricorn, could be dealing with a Capricorn. You don't have to, it's still a general. But on the other side is like this 10 of Wands. Like, I feel you've been really weighed down with something. Some of you, this is like a guilty thing, or obligation. Some of you have felt obligated and sort of been putting up with things way beyond their expiration point. And I feel you're just like recognizing, I can't do this anymore, or there's something I'm giving into and it's not giving to me. And you might be carrying the weight of a situation or a relationship, what have you. It's a general, so it's not in any particular area. But I feel you recognize the hard work that you've put in thus far and how it hasn't really paid off for you. And so the desire to get away from that is super strong. But like I said, the crux of the situation, the thing that's sitting in the middle, that's kind of a barrier to all of this, is this devil card. This could be addictions. This could be certain behaviors or patterns on your part, on the part of other people, can be unhealthy energy or mindsets around a situation, your circumstances, what have you. So I want to clarify what the devil is for Leo, and then we're going to wrap up. The general and see what's going on. If you're there in the chat, if you have a question, if you're a Leo, go ahead and type that into the description box. Lord have mercy, into the chat box if you want. If you are just here to chill out and say hi, please say hi. All right, so let's clarify the devil card for Leo. Why is the devil here for Leo? Please clarify the devil card for Leo at this time. Three of Wands, expectation. And the King of Wands. So some of you might be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You don't have to be. But it could be someone is like demonstrative in your life, or you've been this way. It can go the other way, Leo. It can be vice versa. Take your pick. But I feel as though it could be, in some cases, this is about high expectations. And I don't know. I don't exactly know how to read that, because that could be you have high expectations and you're finding it hard to meet your own expectations. Someone else has high expectations that they kind of expect you to fulfill, or whatever it is. But there's like this elevated, like I was saying earlier with the magician card, there's like this buoyancy or something about elevating and things going higher and higher and higher. But the devil is preventative, or the devil is an obstacle for you. And being clarified by the Three of Wands, expectation, best laid plans, or plans kind of coming into fruition, or being excited about the future, looking forward. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're like too focused on the future and not so much in the present moment. And that could also happen with the King of Wands. The King of Wands can be a visionary, can be someone who is looking at the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and doesn't necessarily always remain focused or dedicated to the task at hand. So there could be some, they're like, say it, abandonment. There could be some of you Leos who are like, well, this isn't working out. So the first sign of trouble, you scrap the entire thing. You scrap the plan, you scrap the relationship, you scrap the moves that you were making towards self-improvement, what have you. And because of the lack of results, quick results, it's no longer satisfying, or it's no longer worth your time and your effort. Interesting. Something like that. If this is an outside person, again, I think it's something about high expectations, wanting things a certain type of way or expecting them on a certain timetable, and it's just not happening that way. And that creates burden or friction in your connection with this person, friend, family member, lover, boss, whoever. Anything else here? I mean, the desire to be released, to have situations rectified, or like a resolution. You are seeking resolution. That's the bottom line. And there could be a hiccup in terms of expectation of others or your own expectations. You might put a lot of pressure on yourself, Leo, saying, I got to do this now. I got to do this yesterday. And for whatever reason, it's not happening yet. And that could be a big source of frustration. And it could add to this feeling of burden with the 10 of Wands. Okay. So that's the general overview for you, Leo. We will move on to other areas, or if there are questions in the chat, we're going to go there. I think I'm modless today, so I have to do this old school. I got to be in charge of everything because I think both of my mods are unavailable at this time. Let's check in with the chat. Oh boy. Tarot Tea with Shay. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. I will answer your question in a moment. Stephanie, what's up, girl? Thank you so much for joining. I'm wondering if following my coding career is the path, the right choice for me. What up, homie? What's up, girl? How you doing? Hopefully everything in your life is fine. Same for you, Shay. Hopefully everything is going well for you. Shay, I will do your question first, and then Stephanie, I will get to you after that. So Tarot Tea with Shay. You want to know if your twin flame is coming back or if he is just stringing you along, because readers keep telling you that it's an illusion. Okay, let's see. So for Shay, which deck for Shay for her question regarding her twin flame? Please show me. Ooh, I haven't used this in forever. It's locked away in this wood box. But I was told to bring it out today. And actually, we'll put the box to the side because who wants to be reaching into that box every time? Okay. So, for Shay. And happy birthday, fellow Leos. Feel free to shout out your own birthday if you choose to. My birthday was this past Wednesday. I celebrated on Tuesday, but it was on Wednesday, the 5th. And hopefully, whenever your birthday was, you guys had an amazing day. What did you do to celebrate yourselves? Or what did your friends or families do for you guys? I got a crazy new haircut. You see? So I got a haircut. I got some gifts. I relaxed. Did some drinking. Had some beverages. It was a good day. All right, for Shay, please. Regarding the return of her twin flame, what's going on with that situation? Is her twin flame coming back, or is it an illusion? Is her twin flame coming back, or is it an illusion? That feels good. Let's get into it, please, for Shay. King of Wands, another appearance by a King of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'll take that one. For Shay, please. Twin flame, is he coming back, or is it an illusion for Shay? 3 cards. Let's see what else came out for you. 6 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. 6 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. My bad. Well, I don't know if your twin flame is a fellow fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. 6 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. I would think Kings are known to be stationary, right? They're kind of fixed energy. They're not usually going anywhere. They're not usually traveling. But this Six of Swords in the middle for travel is very curious to me because if someone is away from you, if he lives far away from you, or if you guys have distance between you, there might be this desire, this wishful thinking to get things moving. But kind of what I was saying in the general overview. I'm not sure if you were here for that, Shay. Um, there it is. I was sorry, I was fiddling with my bracelet here. I get the sense that there's someone who, either you or this guy, we might clarify a little bit. It feels like thinking good thoughts, thinking of potential, but maybe not necessarily making it happen or not ready to make it happen. Because again, kings are kind of solid. They don't move around a lot. Maybe to be closer to you or to get this thing off of the ground, you guys would have to move. One of you would have to move towards the other, or you would have to combine yourselves and move somewhere new, whatever. And I don't get the sense that this king is actually wanting to do anything physical. This king looks, the way he's coming across in the energy, it's like, I'm fine where I am. I like where I am. I don't want to uproot my life. It feels very comfortable. And the Six of Swords is about moving away from things that are uncomfortable or unsuitable towards something more suitable, like actually physically doing it. But I don't sense that this King of Wands is interested. It could be you because you're here as a Leo, so I'm not sure who it is. But there's like a disconnect here. There is a call, or it's advised to physically be involved in some type of movement, to be more active, to be more present. Perhaps that's about being present and giving a shit in the moment. And I feel as though this King of Wands is not really bothered to be involved. You're asking, so I'm going to assume it's not you. I'm going to assume it's him. And then the Four of Wands is good. It shows a union because, one of the things tarot readers will say, the Four of Wands can be a twin flame card. I'll allow, you're asking specifically about twin flames and then a card that is, okay, so we're going to let it go. I'm going to reserve my, I'm going to take away my caveat. This is not clear. Clearly it's not clear because I feel perhaps there's this potential to have a connection or to see things move forward, but there's some delay, hold up, I don't want to say miscommunication, but I feel as though you guys truly aren't on the same page about this. If you are in the Six of Swords, let's say this is you, Shay, where you want to see movement, you want to see things progress, right? He's just over there kind of sitting on his ass, not calling him lazy, but he's like content to be where he is. The desire to move, the desire to connect or whatever, this King of Wands honestly feels like he can't be bothered as an energy. And I'm saying he because it's a king. Again, it could be you, but you're the one asking. So I'm assuming you want the union. I'm assuming you want the progression. And the potential is here, but they're like, this MFer does not want to do anything. He's very content where he is. And there's this trouble in the middle about going forward, making progress towards the Four of Wands, which is a union, is stability, is trying to make a happy home, but somebody's not on board with that. Maybe, okay. So in this deck, it's very common, I think, yes, it's very common, but you'll notice his eyes have been illustrated to be closed. Most characters in this deck, happy deck, their eyes are closed, to be honest. But there's something about not wanting to see this. Like, la, 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 I can hear you. It's like he doesn't want to hear about we're twin flames. He doesn't want to hear that. Doesn't want to acknowledge that. Doesn't want to accept that. Doesn't want to understand it. Because there's something about I'm fine with where I am, how I am, what this is, the way it is. So let's clarify some things here for Shay, please. I think the Four of Wands is pretty much the potential. I think you're aware of that. Um, Being that it came out here, I'm going to assume the universe is on your side in knowing this as well. So, you know what? Instead of clarifying, let's just ask about this King of Wands specifically, because I think progression away from choppy waters, that seems clear. So what's going on with the King of Wands? Why doesn't the King of Wands want to move forward? What's going on with him? Why is he content to be where he is? Why doesn't the King of Wands want to move forward? Why is he content to be where he is? Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. He's got all the power here. Maybe not all the power. Let me rephrase that. Not all the power, but there's nothing to motivate him. I think he knows slow it could be carrot on a string type of energy. Like, he might say, yeah, I love you. I care about you. I'm interested in you. Yes, I believe, it's like spinning a yarn. He might be, I don't think he's playing you, but there's nothing here to motivate him to be committed. There's nothing here to motivate him to be on the same page with you. He wins either way, because you're curiously wanting him back, or you're wishing for your union, and he kind of doesn't have to do anything. So it could be energetic imbalance. You're giving, he's taking. And until you kind of cut the supply, there's no reason for him to open his eyes and see anything differently. If he says to you, which the Knight of Pentacles can do, if he says to you, oh yeah, I'll make plans with you. I'm making plans to make plans. What? Like, I'm not actually setting up anything solid. And that's kind of not normal of the Knight of Pentacles, but because it came out with the Five of Swords, it's like, I'm not actually going to make plans. I'm going to tell you I'm going to make plans. I'm going to tell you I'm moving in a certain direction when really I'm not. I'm actually just going to sit here and not do shit. Or I'm going to do something and then I'm going to backtrack, or I'm going to do it slightly different than what I told you I was going to do. It's like he knows there is some connection between the two of you, because, this is winning, even though it's not an actual win, right? It's a spiteful win. It's having control, or it's having the upper hand, but you end up hurting yourself, shooting yourself in the foot, or what have you. So it's like he's making a big deal out of, maybe not making a big deal. I think he's relying on, you will be there when he's ready, or you'll be there regardless. If he's never ready, you're always going to be there. There's something about being comfortable in how slow he can take this, how ineffective or inactive he can be. It's like, I'm going to be good no matter what. That's a disservice. That's misalignment in terms of twin flame. It's very typical. I don't know where you are on this journey, and I'm not an expert, so please don't, take everything I say to heart. But I feel as though until he has a proper understanding of what this type of relationship is, if he acknowledges, and again, he might say, oh yeah, I agree, but not actually agree in here, not actually agree in his spirit, in his heart, right? So he could say, oh yeah, we're twin flames, So he needs to put up a lot more effort, but he's very comfortable to be where he is and to be unfazed. Is it an illusion? Let me get a question. I'm going to do you a solid, because I normally just clarify one card. Is this an illusion for Shay? Is this her real twin flame, or is this an illusion? Wow, that's a lot, but we're going to take it, and I'm going to try and wrap it up real quick. So, Chariot, Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. You want it to be real. That's for sure. Chariot, Eight of Pentacles, and good old Knight of Cups back there. water sign energy, Cancer energy as well. It could be. It very well could be, because I feel there's this determination with the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles together. But that Knight of, you got two knights coming out here, and the one seemingly lazy, in the moment lazy King of Wands. I feel as though you might have some type of spiritual connection with this person. Is it twin flame? If it is, it's not at a point where you guys are going to be anywhere near close to union. Soul contract, karmic partners, all those other types of relationships are possible here. And there's something you're learning something from this. You're growing in some type of way from this. I feel as though it's not bankable. You can't bank on a person who shows up as the Knight of Pentacles on top of the King of Wands in this particular reading, in this combination. No. This person is significant, might be waking you up. You might be waking him up. And that's the thing about twin flame. It's not like we meet the first time we meet, that means we're going to be in union tomorrow. You could separate for 5 years. You could separate for 18 years and then come back together. I don't know your path. I don't know your story. So in this moment, is he ready? Are you guys ready for twin flame union? No. No, no, no. In the future, debatable or undetermined at this point. For right now, you might be ready. You might have this clear vision in your head. This guy is playing softball. He's off doing something else. Okay? Shay, I hope that helped you. I hope that gave you a little more insight. I'm sorry that I can't tell you for sure. No, because I don't see anything. I don't see any red flags here other than someone who's playing around. Could he grow? Could he become more mature? Sure. Could you change your mind? Sure. Everything is a choice. Just because you have a twin flame or a soulmate doesn't mean you both have to, or it doesn't mean that you guys are always going to be on the same page or that you're going to be in any type of connection. Okay? Oh boy. Wow. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna read that. That's a lot. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read all that. But thank you for. Hopefully, you're welcome. He's young. It's okay. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Shay, for hitting me with the yes. Please, if you guys like what you're seeing here, please be sure to hit the like button for me. Stephanie, hilarious. July 26th. Oh, right. You're early Leo. I forgot about that. First deacon, which means you tend to have a little bit more of that Cancer stuff, which is fine. No shade. All right. So thank you so much again, Shay, for your question. Stephanie, you are wondering if following your coding career is the right choice for you. Probably. I'm just going to tell you, but we'll ask the tarot to be sure. All right. So for Stephanie, please. Regarding the coding career, which deck, please? I've got some ones that are, I need like a bigger side. It's not even a table. I have these cards sitting on an ottoman. So I really need like a bigger working area. One day, people, we're going to have a bigger setup. Let's see. For Stephanie. And I apologize for being off the screen here. Ooh. Yes. Interesting. I wasn't expecting this deck, but here we go. Moon Goddess, what up, girl? Thank you so much for showing. Always a good supporter of mine. Always here. Dude, I want that t-shirt. That t-shirt sounds so amazing. I want that t-shirt. I'm sure they don't make it in my size, but get it, wear it. Wear it in my honor. How are you doing, Moon Goddess? How's everything? All right, for Stephanie, please, is the coding career path the right path for Stephanie? Please show us. Excellent. They like that. 3 cards, please, for Stephanie. I know it is kind of weird to call you Stephanie. And do people call you Stephanie, or do they call you Steph? Or do they call you Tiffany? Like, why can't people named Tiffany be called Tiffany? Or Stephanie be called Tiff? Whatever, you know what I mean. Tiffany? That doesn't sound right. Ignore what I said. All right. 3 cards for Stephanie regarding the coding career. Is that the right path for her? Please show me. 1. Oh, that's good, I guess. We'll see. 5 of Swords in reverse. Face down. 1 more, please. Excuse me. All right, so 5 of Air, aka 5 of Swords in reverse. The Magus, the Magician, and the Father of Air. Yes, it is. Yes. And I'm doing it. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so 5 of Air in the reverse, aka the 5 of Swords. Looks like that creepy little Black Widow. It's a Black Widow, right? Yeah, Black Widow. Absolutely. Or some type of arachnid, right? But in the reverse. And the card says defeat. The Magus, aka the Magician. Secondary major for Gemini and Virgo, and the Father of Air, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a smart move. It's a very smart move. It's a calculated move. All of this together, all of this is air energy. Okay, so air deals with mental capacities, how we rationalize the world, how we communicate, you know, all the wise moves or boneheaded moves anyone can make in the world, right? So 5 of Swords, it's above board, you know, not to say like your previous career was shady, but there's like, I feel like there's a lack of falseness or a lack of playing games, really. I mean, sure, you know, dealing with customers or dealing with management or whatever, you'll have to kind of navigate those spaces, but there isn't a space with this career path that you want where you're going to have to be overly competitive. It doesn't feel like you would have to sacrifice certain things in the actual job itself. There's tactics involved when you see the 5 of Air in the upright. There's tactics and strategy and conniving and, you know, manipulation and all that other kind of stuff. That's absent. It's free of that, or it's so minimized, or it's so inconsequential when you compare everything else that you're going to come into contact with, right? I feel you also, with this 5 of Air being in reverse, I think that it feels like making this move is like going to lessen the strategizing you have to do for your life. Because I'm assuming with coding, you don't have to show up to an office. You don't have to worry about commuting. You don't have to really worry about where you live. Like, it's a job that you can do anywhere because it's remote, and it's basically, you know, done through telework for the most part, I assume. So there isn't like, well, if I want to do this job, I have to move here. Or if I want to do this job, these are the set hours. There's like so much more freedom involved here. And then behind that, you've got this Magus, again, magician, who's a self-starter, somebody who creates or manifests their own, ideal circumstances, right? So you're in the driver's seat totally. If you want to get into it, we could talk about it off stream or whatever. But the Magus is about combining all aspects of the tarot, the 4 main elements of the tarot, and the 5th, if you want to think about spirit, and using those as tools, using those as proper resources. So that's Pentacles, Wands, Swords, and Cups. That translates into Pentacles, money, resources, things of physical value. Wands, your creativity, your spiritual power, and your physical presence in the world. Swords, your mental capacity. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And Cups being your emotional capacity. Using all of those things, and also the secret little 5th, which is spirit, getting all of that aligned and using it in proper proportions to benefit you. Like I said, You might have to get a game plan together, like maybe make an itinerary, maybe do like a timeline of when you expect to transition from your current position or your current career into this new one, maybe set up things in terms of schooling. But it's all possible. It's all within your hands. It's moldable. And this card came out in the general overview as well, the Magician card, where for all Leos, it's about manifesting what you want, specifically what you want. If you want this career, it's yours. If you want it to be successful, it's yours. You have to be mindful and smart as you do it. And there's no need to, do anything below standard, so to speak. There's no finagling. Like there's something about before, possibly in your previous career, you were kind of like doing like tightrope walks, or it feels like, performative, like not always being able to approach your career just the way you wanted, or it didn't fulfill you in just the way you wanted, or there were certain aspects of it that were just like, I'm sacrificing this part of myself because this is how you get ahead, or I can't express myself in these ways, or I can't do this because it's going to reflect poorly on me. No offense. And I don't know much about coding necessarily. I don't feel like you doing whatever over here in your private life is going to have any bearing or any chance to have bearing on your private employment. Does that make sense? Something like that. Now, this Father of Air, again, King of Swords energy, masterful intelligence, making smart, savvy moves, and always future oriented. For me, the Father of Air, and like I was saying earlier about the King of Wands, there's fixed energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those are like the middle ground. When you're in the middle ground, you don't really have to do anything. You don't have to overcompensate to make up for what you don't have, and you don't have to rein it in because you have too much. It's like a sweet spot. So I feel as though you're aiming for perfection. I'm going to put that in quotes because there's no such thing as perfection. And I think you're going to get really close to the mark by making this move career-wise. I don't feel I need to clarify anything. I hope that message is clear to you. If the Father of Air is an external person, that could be like someone who advises you, somebody who has more knowledge in the field or has more resources that they can or advice that they can give to you in terms of what to do. Again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they don't have to be an air sign. But if it is an external person, they're a beneficiary to you, and you should keep that person close to you or listen to them. Listen to their wise guidance, okay? I kind of feel like that says it all. Yeah, they're like, there's nothing else to say. They're like, that's it. So, Stephanie, that is your reading. Don't feel bad because you didn't get a clarifier. It's just really not necessary. That feels super clear to me. Is this a good move? Is this the career that you want to move towards? Yeah, dog. Go ahead and do it. All right. So hopefully, Stephanie, that helps you. Let me know. If not, that's okay. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let's see what I missed. Oh, they call you Steph. All right, Steph. I'll call you Steph. I'm sorry about the hand slaps, but it came out so quick. It came out. Hey, sissy. Thank you so much for coming, sissy. How are you? Did you have breakfast? I'm jealous. I want breakfast, even though it's like dinner time. Stop. Call me Tater. All right, Tater. I'll call you Tater. All right, Tater. Hopefully that helped you. We can talk more about it later because that to me was just like absolutely like all the affirmative sounds that I can sometimes hear were just coming to me. It was like, yes, hence the hand slaps. Oh, you went to the gym and came back. Excellent. Always doing the gym thing. All right. So those are 2 questions down. We did the general. Let's move on to the other area of life for Leo. What do we do? Health and wellness. Then we do career and finance. I forget which order we do these in, but let's go with health and wellness. Let's just do it. Health and wellness for the Leo collective. Which deck, please? Ooh. One more time. Yeah, they like that. They're like right there. Ooh, they're on fire today. And it's Lionsgate, friends. I'm just learning about Lionsgate, and it's very unofficial what I know, or rather, I haven't like solidified my knowledge of it. But basically, it's like the perfect time to manifest. It's the perfect time to get your spiritual orders in line. It's the perfect time to start ascension processes. And it's about personal power. It's about realizing your personal power and utilizing that shit. So that's like the gist of what I know so far. I obviously don't know enough. So don't quote me on, what Lionsgate is really. But I would get into it if you guys are interested. Google some stuff, watch some stuff, read some stuff, okay? Health and wellness for Leos, please, at this time. I am interested in Leo now. What does that mean? You're interested in Leo now? Oh. Is that because of a certain someone? But and I'm also kind of like offended. So before this, you weren't interested in Leo? I see how you are. I see how you are, sissy. Health and wellness for Leo at this time. Please show me. All right. Good? Yeah, good. Health and wellness for Leo. Please show me. No. Well, that's a whole lot, but the sun hit the table. That's like 50 million cards. We're not going to take that. So we take that one, the sun. And actually, it was in the side position, so we're going to leave it like that. 2 more for Leo regarding health and wellness. Alrighty then. Let it go! The Star and the 6 of Cups. Okay. So I'm going to leave the sun in the side position in which it came, Leo. So you got the sun coming out. If I could have my potato face, maybe get this to focus. No potato! All right, it doesn't want to focus. But anyway, you can kind of see what that looks like. So the sun card. And then the Star card. Major Arcana for Aquarius. And the 6 of Cups. And the sun obviously is associated with Leo. So, Leo, in terms of health and wellness, I feel like there might be such a focus on your physical world or other aspects of your life that the health and wellness might be a little like, not the center of your universe, not the priority at this time. It feels like some of you might be a little negligent, or not negligent, let's say it this way, indulgent in more pleasurable things in life at this time. So if you don't derive pleasure from hitting the gym, like a certain someone that I'm related to, if like, going and working out or being strict on a diet and all that stuff doesn't bring you joy, doesn't bring you pleasure, you're kind of like not really that interested in it. You're really wanting to do the things that make you happy, that put a smile on your face. So if instead of going to the gym and hitting the treadmill, maybe you prefer to take a long walk, or not even take a long walk, take a long drive, there's just something about, I'm more interested in making myself happy in the moment or enjoying the moment. That could be due to, a lot of the remnants of COVID-19 and being under quarantine. And it's just like, well, instead of going out of my house now that I can to go to the gym, maybe I'll just go outside and maybe I will have a long stroll that's not, extraneous to my body, isn't building, breaking me out into a sweat. There's something about, I'd much rather be in a joyful state of mind than a working state of mind. And that also can be because possibly it feels like there are other areas in your life where you're working really hard and you're really focused, and health and wellness is kind of like this afterthought. Okay. So that sun card, it's a positive card. That often it's said to be the most positive card in the tarot deck. As it stands right here in your reading, it feels positive, but Leo, when you cut corners, and it feels like some of you are cutting corners. Hand up. Cutting corners, absolutely. Following that, you had the Star card. Again, major arcana for Aquarius. Could be dealing with an Aquarius in some type of way. But I feel like there's this eventual healing. Or rather, yes, eventual healing. Eventually, you're going to find some type of balance, some type of resolution to whatever's bothering you. This could be your physical health, your mental or emotional health. This can be about diet and exercise, or it can be about healthy sleeping patterns or healthy sleeping habits. Could be about quitting a habit or stop cutting down on drinking, cutting down on smoking, whatever your goal is, or whatever, you're like, oh man, I gotta take care of that. Whatever you have to take care of, I feel like eventually you're going to take care of it, because there's something also about patience here. And like I said, priorities. It seems that your energy is more attuned to something else at this time, and eventually will come back home to wellness and your overall health. Yeah. Because I mean, okay, this is such a strange way for me to see this, but what is a star? A star is nothing but a sun in another galaxy, right? So the sun and the star, Leo and Aquarius being opposite signs, there's something about a tethering to each other. So again, it's like, even though it's not a priority right now, it's always in the back of your mind. So I don't feel, Leo, in the most part, for most of you, you're totally throwing everything out the window and you're just living this heathenistic and totally indulgent life. No. But there are moments where if you need to pick me up, if you need to feel good after a stressful day of work, or you want to congratulate yourself because you feel that you saved enough money, like you paid a bill, like like maybe some of you have had issues with your finances, or like you were worried about paying a bill, or you were worried about something coming due, and you actually were able to take care of that bill. And so to celebrate, maybe you congratulate yourself with a box of donuts, and you don't need the donuts, but you do it anyway. It's something like that. Is it going to kill you? Not today. But if you were to continue that behavior, it'd be a little bit much. So the star, I think, is asking you to remain in perspective with that. Don't indulge too much. Hence, I don't think I need to warn you guys too much. Maybe a few of you need that warning. But because the sun came out in the side position, it's like, it's not that big a deal. If it continues past, let's say, past your birthday season, if it continues into the fall, you might have reason to pull back, and you might have reason to gain proper perspective. Okay. 6 of Cups, again, and what does the card say? If you can read it. No, hide the potato face. Oh, it had it for a second. Anyway, trust me. The card at the top says there. Oh, you saw it for 2 seconds. It says pleasure. So this whole aspect of your health and wellness, and maybe that is what is helping you, is to find pleasure again, find things to be happy about. If you've been overworked, if you've been stressed, if you've been dealing with difficult relationships, difficult connections, what might be good for your overall health and wellness is to be indulgent, is to seek pleasure, possibly. And so that could be why there is like this, even though it's happening, and for some of you, it might be over the top a little bit. I don't think it's too destructive. So cut yourself some slack is also a part of this. It's like, I feel some of you might feel this pressure or this guilt about not taking care of yourself, but seeking joy and pleasure and happiness is a form of taking care of yourself, especially if you're stressed in other areas, right? So for the time being, Leo, it seems that your goal, or what's going to help you in terms of health and wellness, is to be happy, to seek happiness. Now, if you have destructive behaviors, or if you have certain addictions, I wouldn't advise for you to be hitting the sauce. If you're an alcoholic, that's absolutely not my advice. But finding some type of happiness or something to be joyful about in your life is very important to your health and wellness at this point. That's what it seems to be, okay? All right, so that's health and wellness for Leo. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Made a little sense to me. And let's see what I have missed in the chat. If you are a Leo and you have a question and you haven't asked a question yet, please type it in the box. My moderator will let me know that you have asked it, and I will answer it with one of these tarot decks. And please, guys, remember to like the videos, subscribe to the channel. If you want a reading with me, information will be in the description box, okay? Oh, my back. Well, of course, if you aren't a Virgo, cut those corners so much as a dang circle. Girl, I understand. I'm in a similar boat. So I totally understand. Anyway, let's have a little drinky poo, and then it's water. It's not actual drink. Can you imagine if this was like some alcoholic beverage? At that point, someone should have an intervention for me, because that would be too much. Although, to be honest, quick little corner of honesty with my fellow Leos. To celebrate my birthday, I had a whole bottle of champagne to myself. I made mimosas with it, and I was just like, it's mine. I'm just gonna drink it. It's mine. And with champagne, it's not a big deal, because it's like you get a little buzzed or you get a little like, but it doesn't last long. So by the evening, even before then, I was totally okay. It's going to be one of those types of readings. Yeah, maybe. All right, so I don't think there are any questions right now, so we're going to move on and do career and finances. I think we normally do career and finance first. It doesn't really matter, though, does it? All right, so career and finance for Leo. Please show me. Ooh. And this camera angle is the worst. Like, I was trying to make it pretty good, but it is over there looking a mess. Career and finance for Leo. Yep. One of my favorites, the Housewives Tarot. You know what I need? I keep looking on Etsy and I can't find anything. If anybody has like another resource on how to find like segmented boxes for like housing of cards, like all I can find is things to like house magic cards, and I'm like, these aren't magic cards. I'm kind of nerdy, but I'm not that kind of nerdy, you know? No shade if you love Magic, by the way, or any other, desktop card playing game, whatever. I support you. But I need like a large box where I can just stick all these decks in instead of dragging them all out individually like this. Also need a bigger table, but that I can get that on my own. Well, obviously I get everything on my own. Health and wellness for Leo, please. Comic book shop. That's all right. That's something to think about. Because ideally, I just want something with like a set like shape to it, but I can like decide the different individual pocket sizes or slot sizes or something like that. Career and finance for Leo, please show me. Last one. Thank you. Ooh. Career and finances for Leo at this time. Please show me. Okay, that was 2. One more, please. Career and finance for Leo. All right. Leos. Yes. Okay. So, we have the King of Cups. Oh, God. Can't even pick it up. Knight of Pentacles. And the 6 of Wands. So, Leo, your heart's in it. Your heart's in the right place. King of Cups. It feels, ooh, and I put it in this Ascension, so that's pretty cool. So it feels like, Leo, emotional fulfillment is very much important to your career at this time, or aspects of success. You want to feel secure not only with your resources and your material side side of life, but also your emotional side. And money can't buy happiness for so many people, but in other cases, maybe. And I'm not saying that's what it is. If you were richer, you would be happier. That's not the case. I feel as though, did I not? I didn't. Um, there's something about being fulfilled with what you do, period. If you are flipping burgers in front of a hot griddle, 40 hours a week, making, $8 an hour, if that's your job, it's not about what the job it's about how the job fulfills you. That is so important. And the riches or the money will come later, or the aspect of stabilizing yourself is kind of an afterthought. But and that could be tricky because I'm not saying you're going to become the most stable person by working a job like that, or having income like that. This is not financial advice. If you're looking to be a millionaire and you're like, well, my tarot reader said if I just continue to flip these burgers, I'm going to make it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the job you want, or the job you have, or the career that you're after, it has to do something here. You have to feel enriched in your heart. Some of you, it's in terms of service, because the King of Cups isn't necessarily, a giver, but the King of Cups creates, or sustains, I should say, sustains environments that are welcoming to others. So in some of your cases, it can be like counselors, or it can be therapist, or something like that. Ooh, interesting. Gardener. I got gardener off of that. Oh, because that's down there. Okay, got you. So it wasn't that much of a stretch, but there's something about cultivating pleasant experiences, pleasant environments, places, and services, places, even just aspects of how you communicate with customers. You want it to be nice. You want your job to be nice. You want the interaction you have with customers to be nice. You want the place that you work to be nice. You want everything to feel good. The aspect of the job that you have, that you want, that you are creating for yourself, that you're moving toward, it has to feel nice. If it doesn't feel nice, that's not going to make you happy in the long run, or it's not going to fulfill you. You're not going to feel successful. Okay. So again, the money aspect, if you're worried about that, I would say don't worry about it for some reason. And again, that's not financial advice. If you have if you've got, 100 grand in debt, and you're like, okay, I'm going to take this job where I only make $10 an hour. That's not good financial advice. And I'm not advising that. So, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But for those where you're able to choose, or you're feeling you have enough material wise, that maybe you want to make a transition to something where you're going to feel more fulfilled, and maybe take a dive, or maybe take a L. Okay, man, not an L, but maybe take a decrease. Thank you. A decrease in your cash. If you can afford it for the payoff of feeling more fulfilled, that might be the route to go. That's what that feels like. Knight of Pentacles after. All the knights talk about transitions or some type of movement, right? Always progressing towards something. The Knight of Pentacles progresses slowly. It's the slowest of all the knights, but there is sort of this goal in mind. There is progress in mind, right? So this transition that some of you are making in your careers, it's not going to happen overnight. Maybe for some of you, you have this strong desire to have a fulfilling career, but you don't know what the hell that looks like, where to find it. You will be developing towards that. Knights are also messengers, so it feels as though you might receive information. You might learn of certain schooling or programs that can lead you to a certain career. You might do independent study. And again, the knights aren't necessarily, studying, or they're students, but there's something about this Knight of Pentacles is like ingesting information. Like I feel like, Like as this knight does, he learns. And I'm only saying he because, it's men on the card. You could be a woman. This totally applies. But it feels like as the knight makes progress, there's learning. So this could be like an internship where was that a bug? No, better not have been. Anyway, internships notoriously, and I'm older now, so I don't know if this is still true, but notoriously, internships pay you nothing to little, right? So it could be internships, could be some type of freelancing where it may not be steady, but you build a resume or you build your skills. You make yourself more viable in the future by obtaining the experience, by obtaining the certifications or the classwork or whatever it is. And it's like this stepping stone because the way I've put the cards on the table, and when I set the cards out, I'm normally not thinking about it. It's just like until it feels comfortable, and then I begin the reading. So these are in increments. So the King of Cups is lower, then the Knight of Pentacles is slightly higher, and then you have this last card, the Six of Wands, which is the highest. And the Six of Wands is traditionally in tarot a card of victory, a card of seeing great success, feeling victorious in the situation, or getting to a place of being able to look back and say, look what I've accomplished, look what I've done. This is how far I've come, and I should be congratulated. Or, throw yourself a little congratulatory party. I got accepted into the program. I got accepted into the school of my choice. I got the job. If you're making a transition in your career or you're moving from one industry to another, whatever it is, you might not make bank as soon as you step through the door, but now that you have your place, your footing in that new career path, you will see certain victories down the line, or you're going to start to be able to build up towards whatever financial goals you might have, right? And that's, again, talking about this slow development with the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, material wealth. Well, yeah, material wealth or things of certain value, terms of money, possessions, houses, cars, things like that. And knights are eventually going to ascend to become queens and kings, right? It's all about ascension when we talk about the court cards, right? So it's like this middle ground. It's like, I'm not at the top, but I'm not at the bottom. I'm like right in this growing phase, or I'm in this at this state of growth and expansion, right? And then also with what's on the card, like I said earlier, something about gardening. Some of you might be getting into gardening, and I don't really know how that factors in the finances, but you would know. But look at this kid. He's wearing a tux, but he's mowing the lawn. Like, he's dressed for success, but he's doing this menial, task. So it could be some of you are creating a small business that is small potatoes right now, but over time will grow into something larger, more successful, something that you need to kind of, put on, oh my gosh, where you kind of have to dress your best or dress to impress, something like that. It is a work in progress. It's not, like I said, it's not happening overnight, but the desire for the fulfillment, and that's the thing, it's possible in the world. And I think sometimes people psych themselves out. I can't be happy and have a lot of money. I can have a lot of money, but I can't be happy. False on both accounts. There is a potential for you guys to have a career, quote unquote, of your dreams, and then be stable and have a lot of security behind that. So I don't know what your particular career is, what you're going after, but you can get it. It's just not going to happen overnight. And Leo's, not the most patient people on planet Earth. It's not the best. That is probably the worst part of that message. What do you mean it's not happening tomorrow? Fuck. But that's the truth of it. That's the truth of it. So hopefully, Leo, that helped you in your career and finances. I'm going to check back into the chat now and see if I missed anything. Oh man, my back. Yeah, I will definitely look into that, checking out comic book stores. God, I'd have to figure out. There is one that I know of, but I'm not sure if they're still open due to Corona. So I'll have to check. Yeah, I need it to happen now too. Everything in my life, I want it now. Like right now. As soon as I say it, manifest that immediately. But obviously, that's not the way the world works. And your girl is not the most patient person. Absolutely not. So you get me. You get me, Tater. You understand. Whatever it is, it has to happen right away. No patience. Exactly. Exactly. So if any of you guys, sorry, one moment. If there are any Leos in the chat who have not asked a question of me and you want to ask a question, it could be about anything as long as it's, well, I'm going to say it. It could be about anything. I'll let you know if I can't answer it, but it can be about anything. If you have a question, type it out in the chat box there. If not, we're going to move on and do love and romance. Romance for Leo. Tater, did you tell me what you did for your birthday? What is that face? I got to get these glasses. What is that little emoji? I can't even see what it is. You just hung out? You didn't have a drink or anything? We're adults. We're allowed. Love and romance for Leo. Let me see. Love and romance. Ooh. No. Okay. Oh, that's nice that your mom came down. That's awesome. Hopefully it was a good visit with Mama Dukes. And did I know that you have a cat? Did I know that? That's like pertinent information. That's like incredibly important. Because cats are amazing. No offense to any dog lovers, but cats are, in my opinion, the superior animal. Just gonna leave it at that. I like dogs. It's just, I like cats so much more. Why does it do cats? Oh, your cat is an asshole. I thought you were gonna say all cats are assholes. I was like, wait a minute. That might be true, but you don't have to say that. No, I'm kidding. I agree. My cat, she a bitch for sure, but she's the best. She's amazing. What is your cat's name, Tater? If you care to share. If you don't want his government out there, that's totally okay. Wow. Love and romance for Leos, please. And again, if there are any Leos in the chat, is that card upside down? I think it is. Yes, it is. That's so weird. If there are any Leos in the chat who haven't had their question answered by moi, please go ahead and ask it now in the chat. And I'll get to you as soon as we're done with this reading. What? I love that it's a male cat and his name is Tiger Lily. But that's so funny because my cat's name is Tigra. So we basic, but that's okay. That's okay. Love and romance for Leo at this time. There we go. We got there. And it's Tiger with a Y. That's excellent. I love that. Love and romance for Leo. Please show me. No. Okay, is the deck upside down? No. All right, Emperor in the reverse. And the Hangman. Lord have mercy. I shouldn't laugh like this because I'm building it up because it's not even that funny. I'm just laughing because it's 3 major arcanas. And I already know what this message is. Jesus Christ. Or excuse me, and this is not the Emperor. This is the Empress. My bad. So the Empress in the reverse. Let me show you that up right. All right. But in the reverse, the Lovers and the Hanged Man. Altogether, 3 major arcana, and you have Leo and Taurus secondary, Gemini and Pisces secondary. You could be dealing with any of those signs or not at all. Please, 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 please take it with a grain of salt. But basically, love and romance, let me tell you, if this is about 2 people, the first side, take your pick, you know your side. If this is about 2 people, okay, let me address that first. They're like, go in the middle first, which is very strange because I don't normally do that. So in the middle, you have the Lovers. Definite connection, right? There's definitely some type of vibe between you and another person, Leo. For some of you, it's a divine connection, karmic, not karmic partner, because, well, it could be a karmic partner. You just might need to learn a lesson and eventually move on from that relationship. But karmic partner, soulmate, twin flame, DP, whatever it is, whatever quality it is, or it doesn't even have to be like divine. It could just be very significant, very strong. The vibe is there. The connection is there on a soul level, on an emotional level, on a heart-based level. However, there is a disagreement here or a discrepancy here. Like where you could be flying high in the sky with each other. You could have this beautiful union. Some of you do have this or have had it at some point in your relationship. But I feel as though there's a disconnect. There's a disagreement going on because on either side of that, again, very strangely, they had me start in the middle. So first side, you've got an Empress in the reverse. Somebody who doesn't feel attractive, someone who doesn't feel powerful, someone who doesn't feel abundant, someone who doesn't recognize themselves as that, or they're in some place of not being able to receive abundance, okay? You've got somebody who might naturally be very sensual, very, like I said, attractive, and not necessarily purely in physical or sexual ways, but just someone who has a gravitas to them naturally. But that's not how they're connecting, or that's not how they're showing up here. This is someone who might be a little embittered, who might be a little salty, who might feel as if they, like I said, are lacking. They don't recognize their own power. They don't recognize their own ability to create and sustain. Because the Empress is naturally someone who is a nurturer. Like typically in tarot cards, you'll see a female and she's like in a garden or she's in the woods and she's surrounded by tons of animals, like she's Snow White or some shit, right? So that means communicative. That means someone who can create or sustain a plot of land that can, support all these different living creatures, like someone who's just fucking abundant. But this Empress is not showing up that way. Weak, actually. Or some type of weakness. Maybe not overall weak, but there's some Achilles heel that is preventing this person to be their full Empress self. It doesn't have to be a female by the word Empress. It can be a male who's experiencing that, or someone who's quote unquote masculine, right? The other side, sort of in a similar energy, the Hangman, not moving, not wanting, well, okay, hold on. Okay, so you see how the bat is like, it's got its wings wrapped around itself, right? So not open, not expressive, not communicative. Very similar to the Empress in some ways. Also rigid. Like the Hangman normally is saying, hey, open yourself up, be ready to see things from a new perspective or experience things that you've never experienced before. But there's a resistance to that. There's possibly fear here. So somebody could make the moves or could have abundance or already has it, but they don't know that they're sitting on, like, okay. It could also be that. It could also, the Empress has never perceived of themselves in this way. So they could be abundant. They could have plenty to share, but have never thought of it that way. Like that, I feel as though the Empress energy is very discouraged and the Hanged Man energy is very resistant. Similar energies or similar mindsets of lack, but different approaches to it, or different ways of showing up in the world, different symptoms, right? So the hangman also would be encouraged to use their intuition. The empress would also have some foot in the door of intuition, but the hangman in particular, this person, whoever is in this energy, they're cut off from their intuition. They don't express from an intuitive place. They're very guarded. They're very sheltered. They're very much in a fearful, I don't want to move. I don't want to make any, it's rigid. But in the middle is this fucking lover's energy, which is going, quote unquote, to waste. Now, this could all be due to timing. This could all be due to your development, their development, whoever this is. So let's clarify the two sides of this energy. For those that are in connection, or those they feel they're connected to someone of significance. And by the way, if you're like super happy in your relationship and you don't recognize either of these characters, this is not for you. For those Leos that are totally happy and they're absolutely living their best life in terms of love and romance, this ain't your reading. This is for those that ain't having such a easy time with it, okay? So the Empress. Who is the Empress? Please show me. Clarify who the Empress is. Please show me. Who is the Empress? Clarify the Empress. Why is the Empress here for Leo? Who is the Empress? The Sun. Secondary major for Leo. Jesus, that's too many, and I could actually get that. Just give me a second. Got to move that out the way. Oh, man, it's tight over here. All right, so that's a lot of cards, so we're not going to take all of those. But, oh, that was a lot of majors, too. Justice, Temperance, the World, Mother of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. That might mean something to you guys, but I'm actually not going to read into it, so that might mean something to you. Feel free to interpret that. But let's get one more on the Empress. Who is the Empress? Please show me. Clarify the Empress, please. Who is the Empress? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. Hangman. Who is the Hangman? Why is the Hangman here? Hangman, please. For Leo. Clarify the Hangman, please. All right, that was all bouncy. All right, so Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess in the side position. Listen. All right, so the Empress clarified with the Sun and the Eight of Pentacles. Whoever this Empress is, maybe they're just having a bad day. Sun energy, magnetic energy. If you think about what the sun is all source of life to our little galaxy, right? Without the sun, this planet would be dead and everything on it, practically, right? So, and I'm not trying to say like whoever the Empress is, like without them or without you, the other side would die. That's hyperbolic. That's ridiculous. But more of like the Empress actually is very powerful, very magnetic. This is someone who probably is very good at manifesting, but in this moment are not showing up that way. Eight of Pentacles, by that, they might have to work at this. They might be learning. This person might be learning this about themselves. I don't feel true resistance. I feel doubt with the Empress. It's not resisting. It's not saying, oh, it can't be. It can't be. It's more of like a, could it be? Am I? Is it me? Can I do this? It's like a lot of question marks. The Empress energy, when in the upright, is very much, it is, I am, and it will be. It's definitive statements. Over here, there's a lot of questioning. And I feel that there's a potential for that to rectify itself in some type of way. Or again, with this Eight of Pentacles, to learn, to trust, to learn the value of self, or to learn someone is going to learn their power, learn their impact, learn how to manifest, learn the ways in which manifestation work for them. Some people prayer works or meditation works. Other people it's rituals and candle burning, and other people it's spell work, and so on and so forth. This person hasn't fully learned their true potential, but is working on it. And until they have certifiable proof or they feel more confident, there's always going to be this slice or this portion of them that doubts themselves, which again is not natural for the Empress, but because it's in the reverse, that makes a lot of sense. For the Hangman, this person, pick up the damn card. My nails are like not growing as fast as they used to. Don't get older, people. Your body changes. Now, you've got the Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess in the side position. High Priestess, secondary major for Cancer. Sometimes also Pisces, but for me, mostly Cancer. Somebody has stability. They have their own path, their own life, very much set up in some type of way. Could be purely financial or based on material possessions, but this person is steady. They don't have reason to rock the boat. Could be super duper single, could love being single, could want so bad to protect. Because look, again, the Hangman, this bat has wrapped itself up in its wings. It's not going nowhere. It's perched. It's not open. These pentacles are surrounded by these flowers, not open. So there is this self-reliance. There is this, I'm fine by myself. I like being by myself, or I'm stable and secure within myself. But being that this is a damn love reading, there is a hint that this person is not living authentically, or at least they're not attached. Yeah, they're not open to their own intuition, or at least they halfway are. This is in a side position, right? So it's neither reversed nor upright. This person, similar to the Empress, might be doubting, am I a spiritual person at all? The Hangman is encouraging to be open to spiritual aspects or to be open to different perspectives, period. And the Nine of Pentacles is very deeply rooted in reality. What do I have? I've got a solid job. I've got a nice house. I've got a stable, or I've got a banging car. I have this. I have that. All of these things can indicate who I am. So this person has a very sharp, solid and defined sense of self through their physical world. But their spiritual world kind of don't have a clue, or they're resistant. They are skeptical. Unlike the Empress, where it's doubt, there could be skepticism over here with the Hangman. Regardless, Leo, these two are some type of match with the Lovers card, and Lovers does normally indicate choice. It normally indicates that there's some free will choice that you and or the other person has to make in order to move together in the same direction, or move forward in separate directions, right? The potential is here, smacking me and you in the face. But if either side isn't open to it, or resistant to it, or doubtful of it, it's not really going to go anywhere. Dare I ask another question? Leo, I'm treating you guys so nice. Selfishly. So selfish. So let's see. What is the potential outcome of this connection for Leo? What's the potential outcome for this connection with Leo? Potential outcome with this connection for Leo. Potential outcome. Seven of Pentacles. More waiting. Oh, wait, there's another. No, there's not. I was like, oh, the two cards came out. Seven of Pentacles. More waiting, more evaluation. Things are still very much in development, or further review is necessary. I feel as though, and again, another ascending. Like, look at the artwork. You see how the pentacles are kind of stacking up? Like almost like a staircase, right? So there's this building upon, or there's still more to come, more to develop here. Things are still undefined or being evaluated. And that makes sense because both sides, if I'm honest, neither side is really quote unquote ahead of the game here. I feel both sides still have massive amounts of work to do. I know which side I would prefer or which side I can kind of see myself in. I'm like, okay. So I kind of have a personal preference, but that's neither here nor there. So until both sides kind of get more equilibrium, more balance within the self, there will just be this continuous like to be continued, TBD, or to be determined, TBD. Okay, so there is no until these two energies find some semblance of personal balance, personal stability, and alignment. Things are just going to be, it's going to another thing they keep showing me, like when like a video is loading, or like in the old days of like dial-up modems, it's just like you just see that hourglass spinning and spinning, or like the little dots spinning and spinning. It lets you know that something is loading. That's all. That's what's happening. So Leo, get used to that. All right. Those were all the general area questions. We're going to turn now to the chat and see if there's any questions that I've missed. Hello, chat room. Let's see. All right. Markina Thompson. I can't even talk. Will my narcissistic cancer stay away from me? Oh boy, hopefully. All right. So we got one from Markina. We got that coming up, and then SNE Mon. What career path? Okay, so according to, yeah, all right, so we're going to go with Markina Thompson first, and then Mon, or SM, I'm going to call you SM, will go after that. All right, so for Markina, will Markina's narcissistic cancer stay away from her? Let's find out. Thank you, Markina, for showing up. Thank you so much for your support. If you like what you're seeing here, guys, either live or in the replay, please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Markina, please. Will her narcissistic cancer, stay away from her? Narcissistic cancer for Markina. Which deck, please? Yeah. Ooh, I'm hungry, but I don't want chicken salad anymore. I had chicken salad for lunch. It could be had for dinner, but I don't want it. But I probably should have it, Markina. And for anybody who's late joining the party, any Leos that are late, when is your birthday? Did it pass already? Is it still upcoming? What did you do? Did you have a good time? Do you expect to have a good time? Did you get any cool gifts? I got some pretty cool gifts. In fact, I might be able to show you. They're right over there. So I might be able to show you some of the things I got. Markina, please. Will her narcissistic cancer stay away from her? Last one, right? Yeah, thank you. July 30th. It was great. I'm alive. That's good. 4 came out here. I'm not going to take them because I wasn't totally like focused on what I was doing, but you do have the 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Hangman, and the 2 of Swords. Nope. That's not your reading, but that doesn't bode well for people staying away. It's more of like a cat and mouse type of energy that felt like a teasing, maybe fatal attraction. We'll see. But again, for Markina, please, will the narcissistic cancer stay away from her? Let's find out. Ace of Cups reversed. Star. Oh gosh. Tower and the Magician in the reverse. Yikes. 3 major arcanas. Take that into consideration, Marquina. All right, so here we go. Ace of Cups reversed. Can't pick anything up. Star card. And then together it was the Tower in the reverse and the Magician. Listen, I don't know what this Cancer is into, or I don't know what you're into, but there is certain, it feels highly manipulative, but like, you know, you said, sorry, you called this person a narcissist. I'm going to go a step further and say this person might be a sociopath. and I'm not a doctor. I can't certify that. I can't diagnose that, but it feels like really, no, they're not. This person is imbalanced, even though they think they're balanced. They are obsessed with you or with some type of connection with you or with people in general. It could be a pattern of theirs. This could be how they are in general. They just constantly need to be attached, and that's not healthy, right? The Star is supposed to be an energy where you're healthy, you're balanced, you are in proper perspective, and you're healing yourself, or you're in some type of place of being spiritually healed or healing. You know what I mean? Just like working towards that, some type of calmness and peacefulness and soundness of self. But it's surrounded by a bunch of bullshit. So it could be, as a narcissist would, it could be on the surface, saying all the right things, trying to woo you or tell other people it's not that bad. Don't listen to Marquina, things are fine. Or, someone might say to this person, hey, Marquina said you did this. They would say, no, she's mistaken. No, it's like downplaying the bullshit, downplaying any type of toxicity or any type of manipulation. Yeah. Heavy manipulation. This person, okay, if I'm honest, this person might think of themselves as being sort of very, I'm just using this word, and they don't have to be, but like a good Christian. They might think of themselves as being sort of like religiously or spiritually very sound, very much, on a high level, like high ground, but actually they're very much not that way. Yeah. They don't properly utilize their spiritual gifts if they have any. They use them in very selfish ways. If this person with that Magician in the reverse is a manifester, they do it. It's not right. It's just not right. The way that they do it is highly manipulative. Or at least their reasonings are manipulative. If they are not able to successfully manifest, it's because their intention isn't, quote unquote, pure. Tower in reverse. This person has been called upon to change or to release, and they refuse to release. Tower. It's about leveling the playing field, moving shit out of your life or people out of your life that aren't necessary, that are detrimental, or no longer. There's nothing that can grow from this situation. There's no prosperity to gain here. But this person is like, I don't think so. I'm still going to try. I don't think so. I still want this, or you still, and it could come from that. Like you said, it is a narcissist. You could have told this person, get out of my life. I hate you. I don't like you. I never liked you, or whatever we had is over. Then they would hit you back. You don't mean that. You don't mean that. The fuck you mean I don't mean it? I said it, didn't I? You don't mean that. I said it. I'm showing it to you. Blocked you, ghosted you, gave you all your shit back, whatever you've done or said to this person, and they're still like, you'll be back, or we're meant to be. I don't think so. And it's just like, what are you talking about? Where are you getting this from? Who is this? I mean, you know who this person is, but like, come on, man. It's like, take the hint, friend. The star is like them holding on to hope. Holding on in some cases, because I mean, if you look at the way the woman is on the card, might even be praying about this every night. Dear God, dear angels, dear whoever, please change Markina's heart. That's not see, that right there is not manifesting. We all, jokingly can say, oh, I wish this person would change their mind, whether it's, romantic or anything. Oh man, I wish this person would just do things the way I think they should do it, or do things the way I think it should be done. We can all do that on the surface. But if this person is spending their actual spiritual power, spiritual effort in asking for God, whoever, to change how you feel, that's manipulative manifestation. You cannot ask the powers that be to change the way someone feels or chooses to feel or chooses to act with their free will, right? Please, God, let Markina take me off the block list. If she put you there, she put you there for a reason, and that's her choice, and she may do so. And the universe is not going to intervene. This person doesn't know how to manifest correctly if they are spiritual, okay? But why is the star card here for Markina? Just one more. I want to be super clear. Why is the star card here? And then we will wrap up. Why is the star card here for Markina? King of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this could be you as the Leo, wishing for you, wanting you in their life. And of course, it's just about energy. And the King of Wands is very strong, it's very powerful. Not to say you're a man or that you're masculine, but it is a very assertive energy, right? I said it earlier for several of the readings, the kings are coming out to be very rigid to me. So there's inflexibility. If that's you, you're inflexible here. You're not taking this person's, we deserve another chance, or we're destined to be together. You're like, I don't want to hear that noise. That's bullshit. Shut up. There's just like shutting that down. And I think this person that you're asking about is wishing, hoping, praying, trying their best to soften your heart. But you're just like, nah, I'm not about that. Not at all. So whatever they're wishing for is directly you. You. I want you. Will they leave you alone? Nope. Nope. Oh, you know what? I'll do you a solid. I'm doing so many solids today. I'm in a good mood. Hey. Let's see. I don't know that you need to do anything, but I'll humor. Like, I feel like this, what should I do? What should I do? So let's see. What can Markina do to get this person to leave her alone? What should Markina do to get this person to leave her alone? To stay away from her? What does she need to do? Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups. I think you just need, I'm all like out of frame. There you go. I think you just need to, I think it's being taken care of. You're watching a tarot video, you're asking a tarot question. So I'm assuming you're a little bit spiritually inclined. It feels like, don't worry about it. Somewhere behind the scenes, it's being taken care of for you. You don't really have to do too much. That, of course, is with the caveat that this person isn't being a psycho and they're not, peeping through your windows or showing up at your house. If this person is physically encroaching on your life, stalking you, take precautions, make sure you elevate that to the proper authorities. However, if it's not crossing those lines and it's just this person sending you texts or this person's, liking things you put on your Instagram and you're like, oh my God, leave me alone, I would just say let it be, and eventually maybe they'd get the hint. But more than anything, I think you pursuing, as sort of came out earlier in several of the Leo readings or the generals that I was doing, your pursuit of your own happiness will be enough. You finding fulfillment on your own is enough to tell this person, hit the bricks. Like, I don't need you. I don't want you. And hopefully that will eventually get the point across. Short of that, maybe start, and don't do it for the sake of this person getting the hint. But it could be as you continue to date or meet other people, and that is, gets across, maybe there are rumors, hey, Marquina's moving on, and this person hears of it, they might be able to finally let you go. Yeah. So Marquina, I hope that helped you. Thank you so much for your question. And you have my sympathy because this doesn't sound like that much fun to be dealing with all that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I need to put this back because I don't have much space. So this one actually has to go back in the box. Anyway, so Marquina, again, I thank you so much for your question. Hopefully that helped you. And let's see what I missed. Oh, my back. All right, so we have another question coming in from Tata. I blocked his number. He does have. I'm in my power. I got it back. Yes, it helped. Oh, you're welcome. You're ever so welcome. All right, so we've got SM next. Now, SM, I'm going to scroll up and find your question. What career should I pursue? SM, are you still here? If so, please say so in the comments. Just want to make sure that you're still here. And if not, we'll move on to Tata. Oh boy, almost at 2 hours. My gosh. Someone said their birthday, the 29th. Got you. And Marquina said she had a birthday and she enjoyed herself. So that's good. For those who didn't hear earlier, my birthday was earlier this week on Wednesday, but I celebrated it on Tuesday and I had a good time. Had a whole bottle of champagne to myself. It was great. It's great. And on that same day, I got this crazy new haircut. Thank you, Sissy, for checking. Wait, did you change SM? Did you change your name? Are you now Rose? Because I see yes, but I'm like, I don't recall seeing a message from Rose. So did you? Thank you for the belated birthday. Yeah, and happy birthday to all you guys. Whatever day you celebrated or that you will be celebrating, since we're still very much in Leo season, I hope you guys have an amazing birthday. Okay. And for those who are maybe the first time viewing here live, you can go back and rewatch this towards the beginning. I do overview, I do career and finance, health and wellness, and love and relationships, or love and romance, for Leos. Okay, Rose, so you've changed your name. Perfect. Rose, your question again was, what career should you pursue? All right, so for Rose, what career should she pursue? Let's see. And thank you, Rose, so much for your question. I do appreciate it. Remember, fellow Leos or anyone else who's watching, please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my work here today. And if you're watching on the repeat, you can also do that. For Rose, please, which career should she pursue? Career should she pursue for Rose? Ooh. They're giving me like little tingles here and there, but they're not like giving me like a solid deck. 1 second. Yeah, okay, we'll go with it. Ooh, that almost fell to the floor. Telling you, friends, gotta have a bigger setup. One day. We're doing it slowly but surely. All right, so for Rose, what career should she pursue? Thank you, Sissy, for all your fine work here as my moderator. If you're wondering where Amir is, do you even have to ask? No, I'm kidding. He, I think, is over at Alex's house, I think. I'm assuming. I think that's what he said. I shouldn't assume. I think that's what he said. Oh, you know that. Okay. Oh, so not actually. Okay, so just playing. Okay. For Rose, what career path should she pursue? For Rose. Last one. Thank you. That's true. For Rose, what career path should she choose? 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh my gosh. All right. So 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and 5 of Wands. Oh. Just because it's there on the card, you might want to do something in textile or design or something where you're actually creating with your hands. I don't know if that would mean working in a factory. I don't know if that would mean to set up your own creative pursuit where you actually maybe make small gifts or you start a business or something like that. It could go so many ways. But that initial image of working with your hands, creating with your hands might be a clue to you, Rose. Regardless, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. I think in totality, something where you can sort of prove yourself is, I don't know if it's desirable, but it seems favorable. I think building, accruing, learning, enhancing skills is very important to you or would be satisfying to you. Let's put it that way, satisfying. You might end up with a job or you might have to consider certain sacrifices or certain you might have to step away from things in your life where you felt more comfortable or more contained is how it feels. Like with the 7 of Swords, it's like being sort of sneaky, or it can be about deception, or it's about doing things in the non-traditional way or in ways and doing things in ways that are counterintuitive or can be interpreted as wrong, undermining, or underhanded. Now, is that them saying do something illegal? No, but it is sort of like this out of the box sort of, it's not about taking chances per se. It's just, it might be totally new and you might feel, someone might think like that's like self-sabotage or that's foolish. You don't know the first thing about XYZ, therefore why would you do XYZ? And there is like this either self-criticism or criticism coming from other people where it's like, are you sure you should be doing that? Are you sure you're doing that the right way? So there might be, if you are going to start creating something, if you are going to start to work with your hands with textiles or, for God's sakes, this could be a bakery. I don't know. And people are like, well, what do you know about baking? You never went to culinary school. And so you would be doing it in, again, this like non-traditional way where you might not have ever had traditional schooling for what you're going to pursue, but can it be successful or can you see yourself achieving something? It's possible, but there's that 7 of Swords is kind of boo-boo. I don't like it because there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding it, either coming from your own energy or from people around you who would be of concern or of criticism about what you're doing. Then you had the 5 of Wands after that. So I feel you'd have to be super, super ready to be competitive. You'd have to be super ready to prove yourself. In some cases, that can go back to this Eight of Pentacles, which often can talk about apprenticeship or going to school, getting certification. So you might need to, again, get some type of degree, get a certification. You might need to you might have to accrue certain amount of hours before you're actually allowed to perform whatever job you're going for. But I think the core of what you should be pursuing, Rose, is something where you can be counted as an individual, right? It's like self-made energy, and not self-made like get rich quick kind of scheme or anything like that. It's like, no, I'm going to prove to myself and other people that I'm smart enough. I've got the skills and resources. I have the ingenuity or the creativity that is necessary. I have, just all the technical know-how. And I feel you kind of have a ballpark of what that is. And hopefully I've mentioned something that works, because that Eight of Pentacles feels very much industrious, like creating something. It doesn't have to be physical objects. You could be creating websites. You could be doing design, something like that, where it's not, hammer to nail, or like this is showing, a sewing machine. It doesn't have to be buying of fabrics and creating beautiful gowns or anything like that. It could be so many things, but where you can put your personal stamp on it, made by Rose, or this by Rose, or blah, blah, blah catalog. And I've made all of these individual objects or individual designs that anybody can choose from. It's very much, I did it, I did it, I did it. And that innately would put you in a competitive space. You versus other creators, you versus other designers, you versus other whatever, dancers. If this is, I'm not sensing that, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's just like, whatever you're doing, there will be other people who do it too, but you're not actually teammates. You're probably not actually working together. You're all individuals, and different customers or clients would have to choose between you guys. That's what that feels like. I don't want to clarify the Seven of Swords, because I think that's, again, self-doubt. I think that's external criticisms. That's a lot of people looking at you being, like a new kid on the block. What do you know about this business? Where did you come from? What are your certifications? And so there's like a critical eye there. And so that goes without saying. So I actually want to clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Let's get further information on what the Eight of Pentacles is for Rose, please. Further information on the Eight of Pentacles. What is the Eight of Pentacles here for? Why is it here? Please show us. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please, for Rose. King of Wands. This King of Wands has been coming out in so many readings, in so many decks. Lord, all my talking. But this one stayed on the table, so we're going to throw that one up there. Three of Wands. That was a combination before. I remember that. One second. So King of Wands and the Three of Wands. And then to the floor, Four of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands. Definitely issues surrounding cash flow, or securing money. But then, I wouldn't worry about the money aspect. I feel like the money would come no matter what this is. But I'm going to take these two that came together. So worrying about money, or concerns from your family and friends on how you're going to sustain yourself over a period of time, don't worry about that. It will happen. If you build it, they will come kind of energy, right? But to clarify, the cards that fell on the table for the clarification were the King of Wands and the Three of Wands. And again, this came out in combination in another reading. I forget, it might have been the general overview. I can't remember. That's you, King of Wands. Mastering your passion, mastering your ability to create, to show up physically in the world and put forth concerted effort towards something. And then Three of Wands is being visionary. It's being able to sort of plot a course. You see this guy overlooking the water below, looking at the boats, right? It's like kind of knowing where those boats are going, where they're going to navigate to. So having a secure handle on how to navigate this space. I think for you, it could be multiple things. Maybe that's where the confusion is coming in, because I think you kind of, again, you have a ballpark of what you think you could do, but how to actually shape or mold it into a certain job title or certain industry might be the hiccup. And nothing came out to me other than, again, working with hands, maybe doing textile, maybe doing something in terms of making, personalized jewelry or something like that. I don't know. But this idea of creating and it being a solid product that you can say, I made this, or I'm in control of this design. Maybe it's app development, to do something like that, where it's like literally turning nothing into something, taking, different pieces, putting them all together, and voila, through the magic of, of hard work and ingenuity and industry, you've created something. I don't see this as like working with other people, working on a team. I don't see you necessarily going to school for a long time, maybe again to get a certification, maybe, again, with this idea of making something, you might need to, pass a course in welding just to prove that, or like a trade, like you need like certain skills, but you're not actually going to do that trade. So if you, this is like so arbitrary, but like let's say you wanted to study plumbing, you're not going to be a plumber, but you want to know how plumbing works, because that will somehow, that skill set or that knowledge is going to be applied to something else that's not super related to what someone who were to study that skill or that trade, they're not going to use it for art most of the time. Does that make sense? So it's sort of like having to stitch together or marry together unrelated work or unrelated industries to make the industry or to make the job that you're seeking. So it's going to be tough, because this Five of Wands also, beyond it being competition, is conflict. And conflict can result within yourself. You could be distrusting yourself, because again, with the Seven of Swords up there too, you could be distrusting yourself, uncertain that you're making the right moves, or again, uncertain of even how to get started. So I don't see clearly like it's going to be, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a veterinarian. I don't see that. But what I see is you being an individual, possibly somebody who creates something from scrap, or from scratch, excuse me, or from scrap items, who knows? So Rose, I hope that helped you. Thank you so much for your question. I do appreciate it. If anybody watching enjoys this work that I'm doing, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not, already subscribed, friends. Okay. Oh, not much was said in the chat. So hopefully, Rose, again, that helps you. Did we have another question after Rose? I think we did. You're welcome, Rose. I appreciate you. Whew. Okay, thank you very much, Sissy, for keeping track. Tata, are you here? Calling for Tata? Tata H? Should I call you? Is that rude to call you Tata? Will I ever find true love? Thank you, Sissy, for reminding me. Tata, if you're still here, please say so in the chat. I'd love to, verify that you're still here. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you, Tata. Will you ever find true love? That's the question, right? Let's see what deck we're going to be using for Tata, please. Will Tata ever find true love? Let's check these. All right, we're between two decks, so give me a second. Ooh, this is like, it's like ping pong. It's like, it could be this, it could be that. All right, cool. We're just going to go with that. We're going to go with the Happy Tarot deck. It feels like it won, like 60-40 split. Oh, I'm glad you're excited. It's exciting to do the work. I know I'm not like other tarot readers where like my energy is so high. Like, hi guys, I'm so, I'm like, I'm an Aquarius moon. I don't do all that. I can't do all that high energy stuff. It like comes in spurts. But anyway, regardless of how I might appear, it's always exciting and always fun to do this work for you guys. But like I said, Aquarian moon, I'm just like very mellow for most of the time. I feel like my sissy could back me up on that. I think my sissy could tell you for sure. My energy can be high, but it's never like bouncing off the walls. Isn't that exhausting? Not only for the person who experiences it, but like the people who have to endure that. No shade, by the way, to anybody who's like that. All right, for Tata, please. Will Tata ever find true love? Ooh, this is so interesting. Your energy is like boop, 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 boop. It's like all over the place. Will Tata ever find true love? There we go. That little thing I just did, that's the sign. There we go. For Tata, please, 3 cards. Will Tata ever find true love? Ooh, 2 of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, I'm so hungry. Why won't you show me the last card? as soon as I say that, they're like, bleh. And you have a lot, so we might not need any clarifiers. Actually, this is probably the most, ooh, Lord, that I've ever seen. So that's interesting. Is that how we're going to do that? Like that? Okay. So it's kind of like 2 signs or like 2 messages. Bear with me. So you had 2 cards come out individually first. You had the 2 of Cups. Lovely, potential soulmate energy, or excuse me, it's a traditional card of soulmates in the tarot. I will reserve that for a moment. Okay. Put a pin in that. We'll see. Just because that's the type of reader I am. I don't want to blow smoke or give people false hope. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And then all the that came out at once was, and it's very powerful. So strap yourself in. You've got the Tower, the Moon, and the Magician. That's a lot. Okay. If you know anything about tarot, that's a lot. So will you ever find true love? Sure. 2 of Cups. I don't know if you've been with me before, Tata. I'm going to give you my caveat. I'm going to try and keep it simple. Soulmate energy, which this could very well be, 2 of Cups, can very well be soulmates, or at least a lot of tarot readers will say soulmate, soulmate, soulmate. The caveat with the soulmate is it's not always a pleasant experience. It's not always a lifetime connection. It's not always someone that you're going to spend the rest of your days with. You could have a soulmate relationship and it lasts 2 years. Okay. So I want you to be careful about that. If you have someone on your mind now or on your heart now that you're interested in now, they very well could be a soulmate to you, but they might not be a lifetime partner for you. Okay. Or if you've never had someone of that significance and you're hoping for them, they might be out there in the ether. But again, you might not even ever meet them. because that's the thing about the skepticism about soulmates is in general. Well, how could, on a planet of what, almost 7 billion people, how could your soulmate be in the same town as you, let alone the same country, or speak your same language? Those are all very valid questions. And that's why, to me, a soulmate relationship is anybody at any time and of any quality. So those are a few caveats, but the potential is here. Do you want it? Sure, heavily, with the Two of Cups. That feels heavily you. I don't want to say like it's not a bad thing to want and desire connection. Some of us are put on this earth simply for that. Okay? Other people, you're put on this earth to make a lot of money or to be accomplished in your material world, right? It all depends on what your purpose is on this earth. So your purpose might be to make significant connections with people or a particular person in your mind or in your heart. This is what you might believe. But I don't sense that right now, today, tomorrow, the next day, anytime within the quote unquote foreseeable future, that it's ready. You might not be ready. The person you might be seeking or thinking or dreaming of is not ready. There's something about not, they're so cute. They're so cute. My guides, it's not ready. What are these two kids doing? What are these two people doing? Baking cakes, making all kinds of confectionery. What do? You can't bake a cake without waiting, period. You can stir all the ingredients together, put them in the bowl, put them in the, grease the pan, and then shove it in the oven. And you have to let it stay there until it bakes all the way through, until the cake rises. And then if you're doing some fancy shit, you take the cake out right down there, and then you got to decorate that thing. So it's not ready. You're not ready. The other person is not ready, or just the environment that you're in is not ready. Something is not yet there. Eight of Pentacles. Work on it. So for you or them or whoever we're talking about, whatever connection we're talking about, there has to be work put into it. Development, building upon something. So you might have had, I don't know you, we've just met, but I'm just going to use this as an example. You might be looking for love in every person that you date. Is this the one? Is this the one? Is this my partner? You. That is anticipatory. That's that opening up the oven before the cake has risen, right? Looking and checking every 5 minutes. Are you ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? That's not being receptive. So there has to be some quote unquote maturity infused into your energy. And I'm saying you because you're the person I'm reading for. I could also be talking about the person that you're seeking or the person who is quote unquote made for you, right? So the potential is here. I feel this combination is asking for a calmness or a slightly higher or maybe not higher, a broader perspective. Seeing that, if you are seeking a soulmate, like I challenge people all the time on my channel, don't take it personally. I do this all the time. If you want a soulmate, be ready for that person to potentially hurt you. Not to say that that's that is their goal and that you should accept someone in your life who wants to hurt you. No. But don't think that your true love is perfect. There's no such thing. Don't think that your true love won't have a day where they inadvertently say something that kind of makes you feel kind of crummy about yourself, or they say something and it seems insensitive, or they don't say anything at all and then you feel disconnected. Be prepared for a challenge. And I think this combination, I think you are somewhat already aware of that, or you've been, doing some self-assessment with that Eight of Pentacles, right? Doing some self-assessment, figuring it out, not wanting to get it wrong. There is this aspect of, if I meet this person, I want to be ready, I want to be right. And that's good, but don't pressurize yourself either. The other side of your message, ta-ta. Again, it's a doozy. Let's review. Tower, Moon, Magician. All three major arcana. Tower, Secondary major for Aries, sometimes also associated with Scorpio. Moon, major arcana for Pisces, and Magician, secondary major for Gemini and Virgo. That has come out a lot in this in the entirety of what I've been up here for 2 hours. Magician has come out several times. So and I'm staring at a Magician over there on the bottom of a deck of another deck. So I feel, again, there's something here about growing, or something here about evolving out of certain less than desirable mindsets or heart spaces or spirit, something like that. Because this Tower plus the Moon plus the Magician, I feel as though you or whoever you're talking about or dealing with or whoever might come into your life has suffered losses, upsets, heartbreak, what have you, right? And that can knock a person, any type of loss can knock a person into a point of uncertainty, the Moon, of feeling lost without purpose, or feeling like, really adrift, or really like having no friend in the world, something like that. Really sad energy is coming off of this side. However, it's slightly triumphant in the Magician coming out of it. The Magician is a manifestor, a Magician is a co-creator. A Magician is somebody who, again, like I was saying in previous readings, throughout this entire stream, creating something out of nothing. So you may have had your heart broken several times, or you may have never fallen in love. And you might, as your question says, will I ever find true love? I've found a lot of fuck boys, or whatever, or people who are lovely, but to a point it fizzles out, or whatever the circumstances are, right? And it never got to that, that ascension point that you're desiring. And that can really crumble you down to your foundation, because again, I challenge you. Wanting love of any type is not, I want sunshine and rainbows every day. Where on earth does that happen? There are plenty of places where the majority of the time it's sunny and it's nice, but hurricane season, monsoon season, all kinds of things. There is always going to be some darker, negative, less than ideal circumstance or energy that is infused in the situation. Relationships, job, personal development, your own sense of security, whatever we're talking about. And I feel that there is a maturing going on, or there needs to be, and that is how you will find your way towards true love. I could be talking to you, I could be talking to the other person, I could be talking to both of you. But there is like this letting go, maybe not letting go, but being prepared to wait, like I said, with the whole analogy of baking a cake, being prepared to wait, being prepared to put in work towards self-development, or towards making things, what's that word? Like workable between two people. Like you may have had relationships and all the people you've been with have been to some degree emotionally unavailable or physically unavailable. Like they love you to death and they say all the right things, but they can never find time for you in their schedule. Something like that. And so knowing going forward, having learned those lessons, Tower, having been put into a point of reflection, the Moon, you come out as the Magician, ready to co-create, ready to see yourself no longer give into any connection where someone doesn't match you. The Two of Cups is about matching. Both of these people are trying to bake the same damn cake or work on the same recipe. It's not, I'm baking cakes and you're over there, doing like a freaking, what do you call those things? A pig on a spit, or making barbecue, something like that. We're both in the business of making cakes. We both want this bakery or this whatever we're doing to be successful between both of our energies. So will you find true love if you put in the work? If you get yourself into a place of, and I don't know you, please don't take too much, please don't feel like I'm attacking you or criticizing you, but having those realistic, solid goals, expectations, No pie in the sky type of shit. Be realistic. Okay? I don't think I need to clarify anything. No, that feels pretty good. I would say, again, with the cake analogy, baking cakes and with this Eight of Pentacles in time. Don't think that this is happening tomorrow, which we discussed earlier in this broadcast, in this stream. Leos are not known for we're not known for our patience. When we say we want it today. And actually we wanted it yesterday, but we actually vocalized it today. But it should have been here yesterday when I just thought about it. When I thought about it, it should have appeared like magic, but that's not how the world works. And Leo has that lesson to learn. All Leos, all of us. So that's what I'm feeling here. It's like in time, yes. Tomorrow, hell no. Okay. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you, Tata. Hopefully that helped you. Thank you so much for your question. I really do appreciate it. Anyone who cares to, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you appreciate this work, if you like what I'm doing for you guys, or if you're just hanging out and you feel like, clicking a button or two, please do so. All right, let's get into it. What did I miss? Rose, but I feel pulled towards tarot for some reason. Oh, just broke up with my ex a couple months ago, and I just stopped talking to my Scorpio guy friend. Okay. You're very welcome, Tata. Yeah, it's definitely, with that further information, that two of Cups and that Eight of Pentacles, that's self-work. And the Tower and the Moon, absolutely, certain endings, and then turning out to be the Magician, absolutely. So do some self-work, whatever floats your boat with that, whatever is going to get that job done. If it's, hitting the gym and, hitting the body bag a couple of times, if it's meditation, if it's therapy, whatever it is, if it's baking cakes, maybe baking would be therapeutic to you. I don't know, but definitely that self-development would help you. Rose, to your question, how can I master tarot readings? I don't have guides or feel energies. Number one, we all have guides. You just have to find them or be open to them. And you feel pulled towards tarot for some reason. Okay. So similar, story time. My journey is similar to that, where before 6 or so years ago, I really felt very I don't think I'm a spiritual person. I've never been religious, and I don't really feel spiritual at this time, 6 years ago. But I felt like this yearning or I felt like this void inside of me. And so I was called to tarot, or I felt really drawn to tarot. And actually, I happened upon a couple of tarot readings, and then I stopped. And then when I came back to YouTube, I found a psychic who is on YouTube. And I watched her, and she was saying some things that really resonated with me. And as I watched her and I got back into tarot, I was just like, I think I could do this. And I taught myself by watching other readers. I taught myself by reading things online, picking up a book or two. I taught myself. And then one day I found this meditation again on YouTube. Okay. And I did this meditation, this one particular meditation, on a really shitty day. I was feeling so terrible. I was crying all day, all this other kind of stuff. And I did this meditation. And in that meditation, swear to God, one of my guides appeared to me, which is my grandmother. And it was so weird. One day I'm going to have to thoroughly describe what happened, but it was like an awakening. It was just like that. And that's for me. That worked for me. And since then, I recognize other guides that I don't know, but I know who they are. I feel the same energy come through, and it's just something you work on. It's something that you develop. It's something that you give into. If you're reluctant, if you're resistant, if you don't believe, like when you say, I don't have connection, that's defeatist. You have to say, I have connection, or I want to find, please show me, right? So that's kind of what I've learned in my work, is that you can say you don't and you will not. You can say you don't and you will not. Once you say I am, I will, I do, and you earnestly, honestly desire to be open to these things or to receive these things or to be enlightened to these things, to be aware of these things, it will happen. So it's possibly a matter of aligning your head and your heart along with your spirit, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, or how to do that. That's up to you. But for me, that's what I did. I learned on my own, Aquarian moon, okay, Scorpio Mars, and Libra rising. I do it my way. And I got some Sagittarius in my chart too. Traditional ways of learning don't work for me. So, like, and this is no shade, and this is why I'm going to suggest it, because it might work for you. There are plenty of readers who offer classes, who offer seminars, who, give you like a bundle of videos, and this is what this card means, and this is what this means, and that might work for you. Or you might work one-on-one with a person. That doesn't work for me. I've seen those things. I'm just like, nah, I'll just learn it myself. And my sister is here. She can she can tell you, I have always struggled with traditional ways of learning. I have always struggled in school. I don't respond well to rules and regulations. It really bothers me. And so I just do it my own way. So that works for me. It might not work for you that way, Rose. So that is kind of my advice. But some type of meditation, some type of prayer, or some type of, how can I say this? It's like being a container, right? If you're a Tupperware container or like a cup with a lid on it, and you say to the universe, put something in my cup, please. I want to know my purpose. I want to know about my love life. I want to learn how to create and sustain money or have a plentiful career in my life. Please put that in my cup. The universe can't put shit in your cup, into your container, until you take the lid off. What's the lid? Being open, finding attunement or alignment in whatever way you need to. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. No authority. Thank you, Sissy, for backing me up. You know who I am. So yes, hopefully, Rose, that helped. Tata as well. Anyone else who's watching. We're about at 2.5 hours, so I'm about to call it. Last chance, friends. If you have anything, if you're a Leo and you have a question for me, type it out right now. Do it. And let me know what your question is. Otherwise, we will be ending this in a moment. Oh, I'm so hungry. I stay being hungry. It's hard, because, again, Aquarian moon, I'm highly skeptical of so many things, right? Especially being that that's my moon placement. So that could be a start also. I throw that out there to you. Do you know your birth chart? If not, look into that. There's plenty of things you can Google free birth charts. You have to know your time of birth and your place of birth. And once you have that, it's sort of like a map. It's sort of like a blueprint. It's like it can maybe clue you in as to where your skepticism comes from and how to get over that. So I already know for myself, Leo sun, Aquarius moon, and Libra rising. I have a lot where I can be prone to self-doubt. Already know that, just based on those three placements, and it's underpinned by my life experience. So you might learn through your different aspects in your different placements where that skepticism comes from, and understand in a different way how to combat it or try to overcome it, something like that. Anyway, we're going to end it there, because at this point I've just been giving unofficial. And by the way, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not certified in anything. I'm not ever claiming to be an expert in anything. And always use your own discernment, my fellow Leos, or anybody else who's watching. Okay. Rose and everyone else, I wish you luck in all that you're doing. I appreciate everybody for coming tonight and tuning in. If you're watching on the repeat, thank you so much. Anybody who wants to get at me for a personal reading, the information is in the description box already. And yeah, I will talk to you all soon. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out tonight. Thanks, guys. Bye.